Alright, this is take, I think, 11 or something. It's been, I don't know why I've been taking so many shots. Anyways, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. If you are new to this YouTube channel, please consider hitting the subscribe buttons for some more business related content. So for today's video, I got something special prepared for you guys, as I was mentioning on my social media page about trying to start an online business course. But before I did that, I did need to kind of do some research, and so I interviewed a couple of people last week, and the one thing that popped out was I don't really know how to start a business. So here I am, and here's the video for today: how to start a business. And with that, let's get into it.
Closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
All right, so there are typically, I would say, 7 things that I kind of put together based off of my experience, things that I've learned, and things that I wish someone would have told me before I started my business. I put them together so that I can share them with you. I also watched a couple of other YouTubers and kind of saw what they put as when starting a business. And so these are the things that kind of kept on being repetitive. So the first thing is a business plan. And I highly recommend this one, because when I started off my business, which is an auto detailing business, I didn't have a plan. So I was just kind of like, I just want to wash cars and just make money, which is great, but you need to have a strategy in place. So a couple of things to consider, right? So the first thing that you need to consider is what you're gonna do. So I kind of at least knew that. I just didn't sit down and kind of write, I didn't write about it. So, what is it? Are you gonna be selling a product? Are you gonna be selling a service? Is it gonna be a digital product or service? And for me, it was a physical service, Aside from that, you need to ask yourself, like, what problem are you solving? Like, okay, so I'm gonna wash cars. So what is this gonna help the customer with? Like, what is it gonna be beneficial for them? The other thing you need to consider is, like, of course, now that you know what's the problem, okay, so the problem in our industry was people don't have time to go to the locations to get their car washed. Okay, so I was gonna make it more convenient for them because they're busy. So that was it. And then, but how are we gonna solve it? So we're mobile, right? So that's what I was doing. And then there's a lot of other things that you need to consider, like who is your audience, your team, if you're gonna get one, how much it's gonna take to start up this business, your competitors, etc. Sit down. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just figure out a formal business plan so that it can help you, so that you start your business on track. A little bit more proper than the way most people do it without a business plan. A great business plan that you can use, or a chart that you can use, is, I learned this one a while back, which is plan, organize, lead, and control. So that's PLOC. And so if you just go through them, this is going to be the most helpful one, so that you can have a formal business strategy. And so if you have that, that's going to be great, because now you're going to know what you're going to do with your business. You kind of need to know what you're going to do with your business. You can't just have a random business and not really know what you're going to do. You got to figure out, okay, is this going to work in my community? Like, do people need car wash? Do people want to, I don't know, if you're going to start a burger joint, do people want burgers in my community? Like, you got to see what the community in your area needs. And so that's one of the important things. Second thing on the list, thing number 2 that you're going to need is the business name. Now, I know this one sounds a little bit odd, but the reality is, you can't really have a business without a name, because soon you're going to have to register it, which is going to be step 3, right? You're going to have to register your business. So you're going to have a business name that not only is different from everyone else's business name, because, here when you register your name, it has to be different. It can't be the same. Like, I can't start a burger joint and call it, what is it, In-N-Out? I just can't. It's already out there. I'm going to be copying them. They can sue me. It's not going to work. So you have to choose a business name that's different than other people's. And I would say don't skip this one too much. Actually, really think about this one. Be creative, be unique and try to stand out. So the business name that we have for our auto detailing business is called Pure Dedication Auto Detail. Now, you might be thinking, oh, whatever, it's just a name. No. If you look around in my area, most of the people who start wash or detailing companies always use their name. And I'm not saying that's bad. That's totally fine. But if you want to start a business and you want to start making it profitable, you want to stand out, you got to be different than the rest. You know, I was going to start off by calling my detailing business Perez Detailing, when there's like a bunch of other guys with the last name of Perez and a bunch of other people who are calling it after their names, which is not wrong, but just think about it. You want to stand out. And I got that advice from a successful detailer, so I highly recommend that, which is probably why he's also successful. Okay, so we're on number 3. So paperwork. So I know this one can be kind of like the one that really like is kind of like whatever, you might even consider it painful, annoying, whatever. You still have to go through it. So in terms of paperwork, you have to choose first of all, you have to find out in your local city hall where there is a business office, so that you can actually file your business with a business registration form. In the business registration form, you're gonna find out that you're gonna have to choose a business entity. You're gonna use the name for the business, and it might ask you a couple of other things. For registering and doing the paperwork, try to keep it, it's not that difficult. Literally just go to the city hall wherever you're located. If you have any questions, just ask them around. Most of the guys that are there, or gals, are always helpful when you're starting up your business. It might be confusing because you have to choose a business entity, and there's a couple of business entities. I'll put them right here. There's typically 5 that are most known. There's the sole proprietorship, the general partnership, a C corporation, an S corporation, and an LLC. Try to not get confused with all of those. Just if you need to see what type of business entity you want to choose, you can do a little research on Google. It's not that difficult. And I'll make a video on this next week, because I know this one is kind of confusing, but I'll explain it in the next video what they are specifically and what they mean for the business. So once you have your business entity and you file the paperwork in your city hall, the next step is basically step 4, which is going to the bank and starting up a bank account. So when you start up a bank account, you just need to start it up with your local bank account, so that you can have a business bank account, which is different from your personal account. You don't want to have your business account and your bank account and your personal bank account together. They have to be different. You need to have control of what's going in your business and what's coming out. And that's also a way to help you so that you can file your taxes at the end of the year. So if you're not writing every single dollar amount down, if you have your business bank account and you use your card all the time for your business, it's going to be easy for you to track down what you're paying and all of that. So by the end of the year, when tax season comes, you just show the tax provider for you the business statements, and you're good to go. So that'll save you some time with some accounting and financing that you need to do on your own. Step 5, and this one I didn't do it way up until like when I started messing up on cars. You want to get yourself business insurance. Here's why. I remember clearly washing a car, and I remember because the pressure that I use on the gun to rinse a car, sometimes it can be a little bit strong. So I remember once I was rinsing a Tesla and the paint chipped on us. And so, it just kind of went out, and that was bad. And so, me being the owner of the business, I was kind of shocked, and I was like, shoot, like, what are we going to do now? Well, kind of had to, come out of pocket, and I kind of had to fix it myself. When, if I would have had insurance, I would have been covered. And so any business form that you have, at least start off with general business insurance, and most insurance providers will be able to help you with that. It's not that difficult. Some of them are even cheap. Just get the insurance, get that going, and then as your business grows and you need to get certain types of other business insurances, then do it. You want to save yourself from getting sued. What is it? There's 2 more things. So 6, I would say contracts. Now, contracts are important because first of all, when you start off, it's going to be a big learning experience. There's going to be so many things that you're going to learn here and there, left and right. And in the beginning, you're just really going to be a student to the game of whatever industry that you're in. That's totally fine. I still recommend that you form contracts. Contracts, basically, a mutual agreement between either yourself or your client that you're going to provide a service to them, and they sign on a sheet what their expectations are, what they're going to receive, and any accidents or any consequences of you doing the service, you're not held liable. That's going to save you a lot. Now, I'm going to make another video on that because that one I've been in a situation as well where I've also not only damaged the car, I've messed up, something from the car too, and I wasn't aware of it. And I didn't know if it was myself or the car had issues. And so there's always that risk. So if I would have signed a contract before with the with my client, and this is something that I used to do when I used to work at a car dealership, we would do something called a walk around, where I would look at the car and I would inspect it if it had scratches, swirls, or anything. And then I would tell the customer, hey customer, before we touch your car, I want you to be aware that this is what you have on your car. It's already scratched, it's already damaged, it has a dent, it's been crashed here. Sign off, and so by the time I give you your car, it's going to be exactly the same. Anything after that, I am held responsible. It's going to help you a lot. You don't also want to start off with friends or families in the business without a contract. If you're going to start off with a friend or family working with you, at that point it's a business. Make a formal contract. How much are you going to pay this person? What are they going to be expected to receive? What are they not going to be expected to receive? Just on a sheet of paper, just both sign it off, and that will at least have a little version of a written contract when you start off. As you grow, you can start to learn into more proper and formal ways of contracts, but that's just the beginning, And right now we're just at the beginning stage, so you don't have to go crazy, right? And the last step that you have to consider when starting a business is hiring a team. Now, as much as you want to do the work alone, you just simply can't. There's just a lot of work. In the beginning, you might be able to pull it off. You might be able to do all of the work, but then you got to consider there's always a lot of things in a business, from marketing to social media outreach to hiring people to finding the clients. What else? Buying the products. Customer service, performing the service or product that you're gonna do, shipping that out. There's just so much in a business. In the beginning stage, yes, you might be able to handle it on your own, but there's gonna come a point where you need a team so that you can properly function and still give out great quality while also providing a lot of quantity around to your community, and so that you're still functioning. Now, I know when I started off detailing, I was doing it myself alone. I was only able to do maybe 1 to 3 cars a day. Once I started to hire another person, which I have a teammate now, we're able to do anywhere from like 5 to 10 cars a day together. And that's really great. It's increased our profits, and also I am less fatigued and tired at the end of the day. You don't want to work alone. You're going to have to grow a team as a business owner. You can't just be a one-man show. It's all about teamwork, because what is it? Teamwork makes the dream work. That's about it. I feel like I passed the 10 minutes. Hopefully not. I'm gonna check my phone right now. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave the comments down below. If you want to watch another video, let me know. I already got some ideas of what I'm gonna do. Also, if you're considering starting a business and you don't know where to go, but you need some advice, I'm offering some free one-on-one live Zoom calls at no charge, no commitment. I still have 5 spots available that I still haven't filled out of the 10 that I promised. And with that, if you do join on a one-on-one Zoom call live, I will give you a free gift card. Please consider it. And other than that, check me out on Instagram. I will continue posting business-related content, as I love business. And the reason I do business and I want to help other people with business is because I've been in the 9-to-5 corporate world. There's nothing wrong with it. I just didn't find it passionate because I couldn't have my own schedule. I couldn't have my own flexibility, and I didn't enjoy what I was doing. But now, since I was able to find it, I want to pass it on to you. So with that being said, let's end right here, and I guess that's it. I will see you next week.